Hello everybody, welcome back like always. Check out my demonic toy shirt. Awesome, full moon shit. I got the whole box set. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of ranking an album, I'm just going to show off some EPs I have. Now, I'm not a big fan of EPs or singles or any of that, so I just figured I would show something a little different. Instead of just saying, oh, this is my favorite album, blah blah blah. So without further ado, I want to get started. This is no ranking video. I'm just going to go through ones I set out real quick. There's probably more I have, but like I said, I'm just picked out like 15 of them. So let's get started. Cassettes first, a few of them. Surf Nicaragua. This is obviously the famous second release by Arizona thrash metal band Sacred Reich. A lot of times it's listed as their second album. It's more of an EP in my opinion because there's only 4 songs on it, so I consider it an EP. Anything like 3 to 6 songs to me is an EP. Obviously Surf Nicaragua, One Nation, and War Pigs, their cover of Black Sabbath, is the highlight of this. Next, Stick It Live, which is basically the Stick It To Ya, and a live EP from Stick It To Ya songs. This was released before The Wildlife and after Stick It To Ya, obviously. A lot of times now the reissues of the Stick It To Ya album will have the Stick It Live included. You know, there's like Fly to the Angels, Eye to Eye, Up All Night, you know, all the songs from that album. Next up is Ugly As They Want to Be by Ugly Kid Joe. This was their first EP before their album America's Least Wanted. And of course, Everything About You, they're one of their most famous songs. And Madman was also, shit, I dropped the fucking thing. Madman was also added to America's Least Wanted, and their cover of Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath. It's not a bad EP. It's actually pretty good. Next is a couple CDs, starting with Cuts, LA Guns. This one was released after Hollywood Vampires and before, a couple years before Vicious Circle. It's a couple, mostly I think cover songs. Suffragette City obviously is a cover song. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. The rest, I think Night of the Cadillacs is a cover also, but I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I'm a big LA Guns fan. I did that ranking video. Go check it out. I could put a video to that when I'm done. If you like LA Guns, you would like Cuts. Next is Superheroes by Ed Guy. This is before Rocket Ride and I think after Hellfire Club. Obviously Superheroes, which was also on Rocket Ride. And, you know, Spooks in the Attic's a great song. Judas at the Opera is a great power metal track. They have the comedic side still of Ed Guy. This is when they first started doing comedic metal, power metal. And, you know, Space Police and Age of the Joker continued that. And they still haven't made an album since 2014. I'm waiting for Tobias to get his ass together and make a new Ed Guy album. So that's now going to do vinyls. And this is Beside Ourselves, the one with EP with Sebastian Bach, before Subhuman Race and after Slave to the Grind. Their only EP with Sebastian Bach. You know, Psychotherapy. Rachel Bolan sings the Ramones cover. Come On and Love Me, Kiss cover. Delivering the Goods with Rob Halford live. That's a great track, actually. You know, What You're Doing, that's a Rush track. And Little Wing, that's the Jimi Hendrix song. They did a video for that. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Now, this album just turned 30 or 31. I think it was 30 yesterday or day before yesterday. Little Angels, Young Gods was the album. But this is I Ain't Gonna Cry as a single. It's actually an EP. It has, it's a picture disc. It has 4 songs. I Ain't Gonna Cry. Funk 49's a cover. I think that was James Gang, but I'm not sure because I don't listen to that type of stuff usually. But yeah, it's a decent one. I got this in Iceland in the indoor yard sale, believe it or not. It's pretty sweet, of all places. Next up, I got this at the local record shop. I figured, what the hell, since Candlemass, I saw them at Nordic Noise in 2019. Let me tell you, it's doom, doom, doom. You know, Black Sabbath, they have melody. Tony Iommi can have a hell of a melody in his guitar playing. But they're just completely doomed. I've never heard a sound just like consume you. I had to take a couple breaks. I mean, it was good, but after a while, I'm like, ugh. Had to step outside for a couple minutes. But House of Doom was their newer EP with their original singer, who was also, I forget his name. It was on Epicus Doomicus Metallicus, and also on their last album, which I got, the one that had Tony Iommi on it. Shit, I forgot the other EPs over there. I'm gonna have to go grab them real quick. This is Guns N' Roses with some patches. It looks like stickers, but they're actually patches. My favorite band. That's who got me into metal and rock, was Guns N' Roses. I heard them right up when Use Your Illusion albums came out and just got hooked. And, the beast grew from there. But, yeah, it's So Easy, Mr. Brownstone, Shadow of Your Love, Move to the City. Cool EP. I'll go grab those real quick. I'll be back. And speaking of GNR, this is considered an album release, but I'm going to give it an EP because it's basically the first half, Live Like a Suicide, the four live songs on it, and then Lies, the acoustic songs. Patience, Used to Love Her, 1 in a Million, You're Crazy. Everybody knows about this, so just wanted to consider it an EP. Next up, this is a cool one. Give It To Me Good, Trickster, limited edition purple vinyl. And what's cool about it is it's etched. You can see the Trickster logo inside. Get the right lighting. It's really sweet. Give It To Me Good. What's the track list? On and On, Line of Fire, and Bad Girl. It's a rare one. You don't see this one often, much like the Little Angels one. Here's another one. It's rare. I did Jagged Edge. I consider them Jagged Edge UK. I mean, sometimes they add the UK, sometimes they don't. But they have one album. I did on Bands with One album, part 1. It had Fuel for Your Soul. This is their first release. It was their EP, basically. Trouble, You Don't Love Me, Rosie Rosie, Crash and Burn, Good Golly Miss Molly cover. Well, I don't know why EPs always have covers, but they do. So it's not bad. Check it out. If you like AOR hard rock, you like Jagged Edge UK, or just Jagged Edge. Here's another sweet one that's pretty awesome. This is a limited edition, pretty hard to find. This is a Megadeth Train of Consequences, and it's also etched. Look at that. You can see the train. It's pretty fucking sweet. Train of Consequences. Of course, off of Euthanasia, one of my favorite Megadeth albums. Train of Consequences, Holy Wars Live, Peace Sells, and Anarchy in the UK Live. The last 3 are all live, all 3 of them. But Train of Consequences is the studio version. Here's one everybody knows. Rat, the self-titled debut EP, which is really good. It's really their hardest, dirty, gritty sound they had. Sweet Cheater, If You Think You're Tough, which was later on, I think it was Out of the Cellar. Tell the World, also, I think, I know it was on their greatest hits. Back for More, also on Out of the Cellar, and Walking the Dog, the same cover song that Aerosmith did on their debut album. So yeah, pretty sweet. I think I ranked this 5th in terms of their discography. And then last but not least, Great White. This is their first EP, I think, Out of the Night. This is one off their first album, because On Your Knees was the single release on the debut album, and it's on here. So you have Out of the Night, Last Time, On Your Knees, No Way, and Dead End. It's pretty good EP, if you ask me. Their debut album is pretty solid. It's not among my favorites, because I like more of their blues hard rock, but the hardest sound is probably their debut. And it's pretty underrated. It's never talked about. If you can find it, I would highly recommend it. I have it on cassette. But anyway, that's the list of some of the EPs I have. Let me know what you think of these releases, if you think any were awesome or they're worth getting. I'll have another review up soon, maybe the new Alice Cooper album, since I did his video of ranking the albums. And the new album's really growing on me. It's really a 60s and 70s sounding album. So, I mean, you knew it was coming. Detroit Stories. I mean, you could tell it's a throwback to his time in Detroit when he was younger growing up. So, as always, I'll put a link in the description. Thank you for watching, and rock on.